and welcome to episode 151 of the Talk Nintendo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Casey Gibson, and joining me this fine afternoon, as always, the corny one himself, Mr. Perry Burkum.
Over here on the right. Or over here.
No.
It's weird, because it's mirrored.
For me, you're right dab in the middle.
For me, you're on the left.
Yeah. I know. Yeah,
well,
the
for
middle.
Everyone else.
What does that mean? That means we're also joined by the most beautiful boy in Boston, Mr. Alex Culafi with the dope shirt. Yeah. Oh, and he's dabbing.
Alex.
He's like the ghost dab in Rocket League.
What is that a reference to?
Okay,
the ghost dab?
So when Rocket League came out for the Switch, is when we all started playing. Me, Casey, and friends and stuff. And that was like around like October or September or something. And during that time, the main thing that they had was like the free thing they had was when you scored a goal, the big death came out with, and then he did a dab, and we just hated it so much because it just
hated it. What are you talking? It was beautiful.
It was beautiful, right? Casey knew I didn't like it, so he would always make fun of me. Hey, and then he would
all those goals I was scoring.
Yeah, it just became a really good meme for us. So
the old ghost dab,
beautiful.
The old ghost dab.
Beautiful.
So don't ever do that again, Alex, or else you're off the podcast.
I'm proud to announce my final episode.
Yeah.
Either that
His
or
final
you're just taking over for me.
Yeah, it's my final episode, and I'm taking over for Perry.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, because somebody, unlike Perry, has played some games. This is a 2-week stretch now, Perry. I know you're a father now, but you've got obligations.
That's no excuse.
Okay, buddy? You've got obligations.
That's a total, absolute excuse, actually.
Yeah, it's about the only legit one we'll allow. Any other reason we'd be making fun of you. I mean, we'll still make fun of you, but...
It's the only reason I ever miss an episode.
Yeah.
But welcome, everyone, to the second episode of our video podcast.
Of Perry's new streak.
Yeah. My new streak.
Yeah,
it's almost
like you had 148, right? And then you missed an episode. Now you're on a new streak.
Right. Yeah, I think it's the third episode of that streak, but yeah.
Interesting.
What are you going to say, Alex?
I just think it's interesting that you're almost following in Nintendo News Report's footsteps. But you're doing it the reverse, because we started as video and then went to audio, and you guys are doing audio switching to video.
That's right.
There can only be one video podcast here.
You're welcome. That's
I know. And we'll see how this goes. It's going pretty good. Last wasn't too... It was about 75% okay.
Okay. Yeah, only one flub by Perry.
Yeah. But we still had the audio part. And if you were on the audio, you didn't know.
No one even knew anything. Yeah, they're just like...
Exactly. But thank you so
much. We'll
let
you know about it. Yeah. Perry messes up every couple episodes. Something.
Oh, I'm going to mess up. There is so much stuff going on here. I have a jingle board ready, and I have like all this stuff. I know. This is like total
I just picture
radio right
sort
here.
of like a big board on the wall, like, oh, my jingles. Yeah.
The D sharp plays the Craigslist Roundup.
That would be amazing, dude. Or if you had to like throw a dart at a board for it to play.
Actually, I can tell you exactly what it does. Actually, if I hit the where did I put it? Oh, I can't find it.
Jimmy's
anyway, I maybe I didn't have it on here. Well, that's good. I need to grab it. No, but if I hit the Z, the Pokemon soundtrack comes up. But we're going to say that for later.
Pokemon? But why?
Yep. Because it's episode 151, and we all know that the original 151 Pokemon, the best Pokemon, I say that because it's my favorite, but we're going to talk about it, and we're going to have a little special thing at the end. That's why Alex is here. He's the Poke guy. He's the Pokemaniac.
He's the Pokemon master. Yeah.
What do you call it when you see when a trainer Pokemaniac Alex wants to battle.
Yeah. With his Travis Strikes Back shirt.
Yeah, I got this at PAX East. Travis Strikes Again, and then
I was there when you got that.
Oh man, I didn't even. The back
amazing.
is even cooler. I didn't even notice the very nice. Very nice. I got a plain Jane shirt on right now.
Me too.
Yeah, we
got
keep
a plain Jim shirt.
Yeah. We got the Mets though. We're rocking the Mets hat for our 11 out of 12. We're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
They're back to break my
Anyway.
heart in a month. But yeah, that's enough of our attire.
This ain't no sports. This ain't no sports. We're gonna talk some video games. Well, you guys are. I'm gonna sit here and act like I'm interested.
Yeah, Perry's gonna sit
Yeah.
there, nod, smile, and press a couple jingles.
Okay.
Now,
yeah, I need the fart jingle. I totally need that, don't I?
You don't need a jingle for that.
Yeah, that's true. I'll just naturally.
Now, Alex is going to start us off here, and this is a game that neither of us have really any interest in. So I am, I'm interested to hear what Alex thinks of it.
So I've been playing The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Got him.
That was a good one. No, what game have you been playing, Alex?
One of the two games I've been playing. The first game is Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Switch. It was originally
and now you can see the image of it right there. We have an image of it. Yeah.
There's an image?
Yep, there is. I have it. It's right
You
Very
just
nice.
have to trust Perry that he didn't mess this one up again.
I know. Oh,
That's a tall
geez.
order.
I know, that's a lot of faith to
Dude.
be putting into old
Last
Jerry Jerkum.
episode, I look and it says, like, I look at my OBS and it says start recording, and I'm like, no, it still says stop recording. So okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order.
It was announced back at the Game Awards, and then it came out early July, I think.
So I think it might have been
Go for it.
mid-July,
Why
but
not?
yeah, July. Sounds good.
Sure. So, I never played 1 or 2, but I was excited for 3 because, okay, Nintendo's got some backing behind it, even though it's not the original developers. It's sort of basing itself on the cinematic universe more than the comic books, which my only real exposure to Marvel is the movies.
Fake fan.
And I was like, okay, the first game, even though the second game wasn't reviewed so hot, the first game was really good, and I think Nintendo's gonna care a lot about this, so I think it's gonna be a good game. So the game came out last month, and it's fine. You make your team of 4 Marvel characters. It's beat 'em up levels. It's like Diablo without the drops. Like,
Yeah, is there any... So there's no... I guess the upgrades... Is there, like, level upgrades? How does that work exactly? Because I know it is just like a go beat the crap out of everything kind of game.
there is an upgrade system, I believe. I haven't played it in a couple weeks. I've only been playing Fire Emblem, so the rest of my memory has evaporated of any other video game.
Life is Fire Emblem.
But I think there's an upgrade system. It's one of those games where it left so little of a lasting impression on me that once I was done playing it,
Sort of right out, yeah.
But here's how I would describe the combat is almost like a Warriors game, but you're only taking on a few enemies with higher health bars rather than hundreds at once. And I don't know if that's the way the games originally played, but that's the way this one plays.
I haven't played any of them, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty faithful to like the earlier games. I know a lot of the like everything I saw leading up to the game was like everyone's like this game is going to be like a perfectly good 7 out of 10, you know, where it's like it's not gonna knock your socks off or anything, but it's gonna just be like dumb. It almost seems like junk food game, you know what I mean? Where it's like you get in there, you just blast around, like, and I think the same things of like the like Hyrule Warriors or like a Fire Emblem Warriors game, you know, right? It's like there's not like it's not super deep per se, but it is fun to get in there and just like plow through things. And
Yeah.
I know, and I guess, have you played multiplayer at all with anyone else or?
Nope, I've been playing it solo the whole time.
Okay, and you like
See,
you had a
that's what I was
fun
gonna
time
say.
with it?
Here, it's fine in single player. The fact that it's single player is not where any of the problems, in my opinion, in this game lies. The main issue, when I was playing this game, something felt wrong, and I wasn't sure exactly what felt wrong until I watched the Jim Sterling impression video, and he put it very succinctly, as a superhero, you don't feel strong. Like, my characters feel very weak, even as I level them up and stuff. Like, there are boss fights where it's one, like, moderately difficult boss surrounded by a bunch of lower goons, and the lower goons just swarm you and they beat the crap out of you, even though you're Thor and the little guys, you should be trashing them. Mm-hmm. But which is not to say it's like an extremely hard game. It's just basic enemies take so long to actually kill compared to where they should be, like just 1 or 2 hits and you're done.
It almost seems like Marvel Warriors would be like a perfect fit, right? Because you do get that power, like that feeling of just destroying everything and then having like a few more powerful bosses or enemies peppered in there.
Yeah, and it's a shame that I barely even remember the game I played, because there were parts of it that I enjoyed. Like, they had a lot of bosses that were like good bosses from Marvel's history. There was stuff for Spider-Man. There was I think you fight Ultron at one point. The boss battles are really good, and there are good character moments of the Marvel characters interacting with each other. But the playing just isn't that fun to me, and I just dropped the difficulty because I was fighting MODOK, I think, and he was kind of kicking my ass, and I was like, you know what? If I don't lower the difficulty, I'm never gonna finish this game. Mm-hmm. So I lowered the difficulty, and we'll see if it gets any better. But the combat's just not hooking me after 8 out of 10 levels.
Do you think it would be more fun in like a party environment? Couch co-op seems like this would be like the best situation to play the game in. But I mean,
but you can do online though, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think anyone else on staff or something that you could jump in and maybe it'll be more fun sort of having. Because I guess when you're playing solo, there's still 3 other computer controllers.
Yeah,
right. Okay. But maybe it'd be more fun to like sync up certain attacks with like a real person, opposed to like AI.
Maybe. I think it doesn't matter how you choose to play this game unless they completely rebalance it, which I highly doubt. The main problem with this game is that you're this team of 20 or 30 superheroes, and you don't feel like a superhero. Like, it takes, like, 5 to 10 hits to take out, like, the lowest quality of enemy. And it should just be 1 hit. And the bosses are just... they're good, but they're also way stronger than you, and they can take many more hits than you. I don't know.
Sounds like Wolverine
should be able to take them all down.
Exactly. Wolverine should be ripping through dudes. But
why isn't there should be like the Arkham guys should be making a Wolverine game. But totally like M-rated, and you're just like ripping through people.
Just blood and gore everywhere.
Yes. Wouldn't that be a cool game? Wolverine game? Anyway.
Do we know if Rocksteady's owned by Warner?
I think they are, so they wouldn't be doing any... I know they...
Just they did it without telling anybody. Yeah. They just
they might not be owned by them. No, I bet they might just be licensed.
It might be like Game Freak, how they're not actually owned by Nintendo.
Right. So, anyway, but it's something like that. I mean, like the PS4 Spider-Man game. You know how that just had a big push for like a cool original game. It'd be cool to have a cool original Wolverine game because he's just so awesome and everything about him. He's like one of the few superheroes that like, kills people.
And I was gonna say he's one of the few I'm not a big superhero guy, but Wolverine's always been cool. Like X-Men in general, I feel like growing up that was like the one that was somewhat in my sphere. Like I said, I've never really gravitated too much to superheroes, but like. I remember growing up and being somewhat into X-Men, and like Cyclops.
Yeah. Well, that first X-Men movie is amazing, by the way. That's still an awesome movie. That first one. It's like one of my favorite superhero movies.
I mean, I guess I must have seen one of those long line. I don't know. I've only seen the Dark Knight trilogy. That's as far as my super...
That's your only Wolverine movie you've seen?
Yep. My only... Yeah. He's in the background if you look closely.
That's the only X-Men movie I've seen is the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah. He's hiding.
Well, you know what, Alex? Thank you for confirming all of my doubts about the game, Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Well, I'm gonna
3.
buy it for you for Christmas, and we're gonna play. We're gonna become super. I'm just kidding.
The only thing I would do with this game is if I could play it with someone online, like Alex. Like I'd play it with you.
Yeah, I'd
like,
play
we could
with
play
you
together.
too. Yeah,
we'd Skype and we'd hang out and have fun. And
should I put that on order for you, Perry? It'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, I get free shipping. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like, maybe this is a game that like I might pick up for $15 if I ever saw it physically.
I wonder if it will. I guess
maybe,
I
don't know.
It was published by Nintendo, right? So it's probably not going to see a price decrease anytime soon, I'd imagine.
Sushi Striker.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, I'm assuming Marvel.
No, it's not going to happen.
But
you never know. Like with clearance, you never know. You never know with clearance stuff. And
maybe
with,
a Black Friday deal, you get it
Friday,
for like
whatever.
$30 or something, you know.
In like 3 years, maybe. Yeah. But anyway, we got a much weirder game to talk about.
Oh, Okinaki. Oh, I said it wrong. Oninaki. Boom.
Oninaki, that's right. Which I now have an image of right there. See it?
Perry,
look above you, Casey. It's right above you.
It's magic.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. You should have timed it. I'd be like Oninaki, and then it could have been like, phew. But
yeah.
But yeah, Oninaki is the third RPG from Tokyo RPG Factory. There are other ones. I Am Setsuna, and I'm blanking on the follow up to that.
Lost Sphere.
That's
right?
it. Yeah. Yep. And the thing about these games are, they're like perfectly decent. Is like it seems to be like the reception they've all gotten. I will admit I've not played those because it's just like everyone or every sort of reaction I've seen to them has been like, yeah, they're not bad games. They just don't really do anything too crazy, and they're just sort of like they're fine, you know, like, and it's like, if I'm going to spend a bunch of time, it's like, I'm not really looking to just play like a fine RPG, you know, and there's so many really great ones out there. But this one, you know, they put the free demo out on the eShop, so I was like, well, of course, you know, I'll check it out, and it is definitely different. It's an action RPG, right? So it's very much like you're going to be running around slashing enemies, but this story is very, very strange. A super dark game, incredibly dark. So
Yeah, you were telling me about this yesterday.
Yeah, so you are a watcher, I believe, is the coined term. And you are sort of like making sure, like, so when someone dies in this game world, right? It's all like the whole world. It's all about reincarnation. So when you die, you know you go and you get reincarnated. But if the like sorrow and you know from your loved ones in the living world is too strong and everyone's sad and upset, that person who died will get lost and they won't be able to actually reincarnate. So therefore, you know, they're just lost. So these watchers sort of get them back on track and sort of like try and get them to get back to reincarnation. So the game starts off like you are, I forget his name, it's some Japanese name, and your parents died. Like they're dead, and like everyone's like, just don't be sad, man. Like just, you know, keep on keeping on. And it's very much
shut up.
It's very much like this guy's definitely been affected by this. So when he's older, like I said, now he's a watcher, so he's sort of taken on that role. And the demo, I haven't finished the demo yet, but I feel like it's sort of broken up into two parts, is what I'm imagining. And I did the first part and started a little bit of the second. So the first part is you have like a little boy died. They don't say how he died, but it was he's lost essentially. So you go and you find him, you know, and he's like, yeah, like I just want to see my parents, you know, like one last time. And you're like okay, like we'll bring you like to where your family is. So you work your way to the house, and you can
fine.
Yeah, God. And you can see him. Obviously, he's dead. His parents can't. So you're talking to his parents. And they're like, yeah, he's like right here with us. And they're like, oh my God, really? And he's like, yeah, he's sad. And they're like, why is he sad? He doesn't want to be alone. And essentially the parents are like, well, like the mom's like, well, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to see him, you know? And you're like, oh man. And like the dad's like, all right, me too. And they're like, oh, okay, like, then you look over to your partner and you're like, any objections? And she's like, nah. And like the parents just like get on their knees and you just execute them. Like you just kill them so they can see the boy. Yeah. So like that's like the first intro
I'm reminded
part.
of Chris Farley on the Japanese game show. Have you seen that?
No.
Haven't you guys seen that?
Does he execute
You guys
people?
haven't seen Chris Farley on the Japanese game show SNL bit?
No, I'd have to look that up. I do love a good Chris
anyway,
Farley.
The whole concept is he didn't realize that someone said, hey, do you want to go to a game show? And he thought it meant go to, but they actually meant be on a game show. So he's on this game show and he doesn't he's like trying to explain that he doesn't know what he's doing. And they get their answers wrong on this trivia show. And when they get it wrong, they have to cut off their own fingers.
Oh my goodness.
And he looks at him and he's like, oh my goodness,
I didn't sign up for this.
And so, yeah, that's what I feel like I'd be in that position when I was playing Oninaki.
Oninaki, man. Yeah, I did not sign up to be murdering people.
So you execute?
Yeah, so it's very much like it's a little cutscene. So it's like they like kneel down and you're behind them, and all of a sudden you just see like, and then all of a sudden it's like Oninaki, like title screen pops up. You know what I mean?
Sheesh.
And then that's sort of like the first part, and then the second part you're in like this big city, and you start going on to the next part, and that's sort of where I stopped. But the combat itself, like I said, it's
just to cry.
Yeah. Yeah. I was too emotionally drained. So the combat, though, it seems like it's going to be relatively simple. You've got like your standard attack. Then you've got an ability, and then you have sort of like a dash move. And what the thing is, you have these daemons who almost it almost feels like a little bit like a persona almost. Like you have like another person working with you, but like this is I forget the exact terminology, but it was like these are people who got lost, but I don't know exactly what happened, but like they don't remember anything from their past except that they hold on to their like regrets and sorrow from their past. So it's like, but it's just so like dark. It's like, yeah, all right, they're very filled with sorrow and regret, but they're really good at listening. So you can just command them around. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my goodness, it's like these poor souls.
It sounds like Alex.
Yeah, just boss him around. But what's cool is it seems like you can really switch. Like I unlocked this second daemon to work with, and you can switch them out. And then there's like a skill tree. As you use them, you get these points, and you can sort of get more abilities to use. So in the beginning, you only really have one, but then you'll be able to. I believe it looks like 4 on like your skill, like assigned to each button kind of thing, or maybe just 3, and then. You can sort of build your character that way and then switch out depending on which situation might, best suit each individual one. But it's definitely intriguing. I do like the dark tone. Like, I think that's pretty cool. It's I like those weird out there sort of things, you know what I mean? So the story seems intriguing to me. The combat, while simple, I was having fun with it. I don't know if this game's going to be, like a 10-hour game or a 40-hour game, if it's... I'm guessing, maybe, like... And this is just complete, no knowledge of it, but, like, I would imagine it'd probably be, like, in the 10 to 15-hour range, maybe, so where the combat might not get... you might not get fatigued of that, but if it's, ends up being really long, it might get a little tedious, but, obviously time will tell with that. But yeah, I mean, if you like action RPGs, I think it's a free demo. It can't hurt to download it and give it a shot.
The art style looks, just based off of the art that I've seen, off of that right there, it looks amazing. Like it's really cool, like watercolor, Japanese style painting. So you should definitely look that up, Alex.
Okay, so my question
it's
is,
really pretty.
Tokyo RPG Factory, is this your first game by them that you've played, or have you played others, and how does it compare?
Yeah, I did not, I was all on board on I Am Setsuna, so I was like, I'm gonna do it, heck yeah, you know what I mean, like a more traditional, very much a JRPG, but then, like I said, I heard, the sort of middling reviews where it was, it didn't really get slammed for being, a bad game, it was just a very, mundane game. And I believe the first one was very much like it was in like a sort of snowy atmosphere, and like that was the entirety of the game. So it was like it just like apparently just wore on you, like it's like
Too much snow.
yeah, which is right up my alley. But yeah,
Casey's like no
game
such
of the
thing.
year. But no, I haven't played the other two. I'm pretty sure the first two were very like turn-based JRPGs, where this is an action RPG. So that's where I think it differs mostly. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really speak too much on the other games and how this sort of pushes forward, because I want these games to be great, because it's like I love, of course, the big Final Fantasies, Dragon Quests, Xenoblades, like these big grand adventures are great, but I think there is a place for that 10 to 20 hour sort of smaller RPG, here's a story, go through it, and like I like that idea, especially as time continues to and Perry knows it now, where it's like time is limited, But no, I mean, after playing the demo, it like I said, it piqued my interest when it was first showed off, because the art style is cool. But yeah, after playing the demo,
are you gonna play it?
I don't know do we know how much it is? It's probably going to be one of those things where it really depends on.
Is there someone reviewing it?
Yeah, I believe Jordan is on the review. Oninaki. Let's see. Yeah, I got the Nino Kuni review.
Save
nice.
10% on Oninaki on Steam. So on Steam, its retail price is $50.
Yeah, same. Woo!
50?
Man,
50.
same. Yeah, holy schmolies, man. Same with Switch.
Is it physical?
I don't think so, because nothing's popping up really.
I see a pre-purchase. Holy moly, man! 50 bones.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot for a game made by a studio that exists to make classic games.
Yeah, that's. Wow.
I mean, it could be worth it if it's a good game, but
yeah, it just because I'm looking at like I Am Setsuna. Man, I Am Setsuna's $40. Gosh darn, dude.
And I know that they made those physical, I believe, both Setsuna and Lost Sphere in Japan, physical, and maybe even Europe. But and you can get them with the English, obviously.
Man, that's crazy, dude. $50. Well, you heard it here first. I will probably not be buying this game. I think this will be one I'll keep an eye out for a sale.
Probably. Yeah.
Because
cool.
and
It'll be on a
Square
sale.
Square Enix does enough sales that maybe you get it for like $30 sometime or something. But
yeah,
$50, God.
Well, you know what game I got for I think $52, tax included, and free shipping overnight. And
is it one you haven't played?
In that room, it's still in that room right over there.
You didn't even bring it
over. I just
over.
Unwrapped it.
What a crumb
I was going to. I could go get it, but. I'm just
not
gonna
anymore.
show it.
You can't drift too far from the jingle board.
But the game is Boosh, Fire Emblem Three Houses, and that.
I'm a lot of things.
Well, yeah.
Mario
Yeah,
Tennis
over there,
Aces.
up there. And the game is Mario Tennis.
We got mine too.
There it is.
Nice.
There's proof.
And my
Nice.
Oninaki.
Yeah, we should have like.
And my Smash Bros, because you had to get the hero.
I got Fortnite and Picross.
What a loser.
So basic.
Yeah. Man, we should have
Anyway.
kicked this guy off the podcast months ago.
The minute he had a baby.
Yeah.
The minute.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I haven't played it, but Alex plays a good role in this, because I literally was on the fence. I mean, I was like, I wanted to. I never said, there's evidence on the podcast. I never said I was never getting the game. I just said like I wasn't very sure like how soon I'd get it, and everyone was talking about it, and I was like itching to play a strategy RPG. So I was like, this sounds good. Everything's lining up, and then I should pull up the tweet. Let me just pull up the tweet.
I have it open too.
The infamous
have it open?
tweet.
Here. Why don't you read it?
Okay.
Because it's from you.
So, all right. This is a tweet I sent at 12:18 a.m. on my 25th birthday, August 5th, 2019.
Yeah, happy birthday, Alex.
dude,
Thank you very much.
Look at that. You can rent a car.
I'm ready for my quarter-life crisis, boys.
That's right.
All right, so this tweet says, just beat my first playthrough of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Amazing. Awesome gameplay, excellent story, and tons of evolution for the series as a whole. Could become my favorite Switch game with another playthrough or two. Loved it. Followed by another tweet sent at 11:28 a.m. August 5th, 2019, because I retweeted that tweet because I wanted to engage with more people on how good that game was. And Neil was like, oh, that's super cool that you like it. So I said, in a world where 70% of Switch sequels feel like expanded ports and half steps, Fire Emblem Three Houses feels like Intelligent Systems is going for it in a way they haven't done since Awakening. Full overhauls and new ideas everywhere.
Boom.
Yep.
Although Awakening wasn't even the best Fire Emblem
also.
on 3DS.
Huh?
I said, although Awakening wasn't even the best Fire Emblem on 3DS.
No, but it was the most evolutionary.
No, for sure.
Well,
What was the best one? Shadows?
What's up?
Valentia?
Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Echoes,
Valentia.
for sure, yeah. Definitely.
That was a good one. I really like that. I love Fire Emblem too. Though.
Echoes was real good.
Awakening. I love Awakening too. But yeah, so I saw that tweet, and then let's see. It's funny because I bet I could literally. Okay, so I sent a tweet. I don't think it just says at 11:28, which would be 10 minutes after that because I'm an hour behind you or 2 hours, whatever. It was. I sent it and I said, "Wow," and what I meant was World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I meant. But then I texted Casey at it's too far up. We talked too much, Casey. I can't find it.
It was at night because I saw it in the morning, and I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. So I was like, Casey's my guy that I order from. I order all games from him because he has the gamers.
I'm wheeling
club.
and dealing in Nintendo games.
So he gets the points and I get the discounts, the 20% discount. So for some reason, I got it for free shipping for next day.
Just so it could sit on his shelf a few more days unopened.
I was planning on playing it.
unplayed.
I totally was planning on playing it today, but it's just when the baby was eating a lot of food, and so we wanted to keep feeding her because she needs to eat more, so.
Make her starve.
one thing I think...
I'm sorry. Enough is enough.
Yeah, I've got to play some Fire Emblem, okay? I got to pick my house, okay?
One thing I think you'll appreciate, Perry, is that there are tons of save points. Like, I would say maybe twice every half hour, outside of, like, battles, you'll have the opportunity to save the game.
Can you save in the middle of a battle, too? Like,
I'm not sure. I haven't tried it.
I feel like they
Sure you
usually
can.
have that option in other games where you, like, just save and close, and then you'll just restart right up in the middle of the mission, but I'm not sure.
Well, the beauty of it is you can also just...
Yeah, you just hit that. Yeah, if you're not playing any other games, like, you could save whenever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. So let's finally talk about it.
All right.
So
So Marth dies.
Yeah. And then Roy, yeah. Well, the real question
What
before we even
about
start,
Ike?
what house did you pick?
I picked the blue house.
Ooh, you and me both.
So the reason...
Team Blue.
So, okay. I should probably explain this game a little bit. It's...
Okay.
In Fire Emblem, you play a mercenary who becomes a teacher at this Hogwarts of Fire Emblem characters school. Yeah.
I was going to say with this sketchy church.
It's at a sketchy church / monastery. Very much a theocracy, one would say. And then there's this continent that is separated into three sort of countries. The first is the Empire, which is their kind of they're the Empire. Then there's another one which is more of a traditional kingdom, which is the blue one. And then there's democracy, not really a leader, sort of as the third country. And you have all three of those countries going to your school that's in the middle of the continent. And you're the teacher, and what you have to do relatively early on is you have to choose which of those three you want to teach / fight with. And that'll determine who your characters are in this Fire Emblem game. So the blue one, I played 48 hours of this game, and I don't even remember what the...
Sweet mother.
The blue
Mercy.
lines?
It's because you
the
need
lions.
some sleep.
They have a lot of, like, the soldier type stuff. So they have the swords.
And
they have a lot of
lances,
spears.
I know, yeah.
And lances. Yep. Which is why I picked it, because those are my favorite weapons. I like the axes, too, of course. And then
They always miss, though.
Yeah. Not in this game.
Oh, okay.
In the yellow one, which is the golden deer.
Yep.
Ooh, I like deer.
That one's
Probably a
mostly
deer right
archers. That one's mostly archers. And then
I like archers.
The Empire is, I would say, magic users / some melee.
Couple of
But it's,
jimmies
like,
thrown
mostly
in
magic.
about too. Yeah.
Couple of what?
Couple of gyms just thrown in there.
Yeah.
Sprinkled in.
Yeah. And so you got to choose which 3 of your houses. And I would say for the first 30% of the game, it doesn't make a huge difference. I mean, it determines which party you're fighting as, and the characters you're mainly interacting with are the ones from the house you chose. But it's not a big deal. Probably the first 30%, the missions you're undergoing are roughly the same. I'm like third of the way into my second playthrough.
Going right forward,
And
huh?
I'm playing as all 3. I'm gonna be doing it.
Be careful, man. I did that with Fates.
No. Oh no.
But
you should probably space it out.
Well, you know what you
I'm
do?
liking the game too much.
After
I'm
you
not-
play through the
all
second
right.
time, that's when you give it like a couple weeks, and then like you get that hunger back for it, you know. But I know
nope.
Alex; he's a madman.
See,
So
okay. So
I'm gonna
I've
hit
heard-
100 hours by the end of August.
I've heard that I've never been in a professional eating contest. I know it looks like I have, but I haven't. But when you eat, your stomach gets tricked from the time in between eating. So you got to eat the hot dogs like it's one dog.
yeah,
Okay.
like a sausage link.
So you got to play. Yeah. So exactly. So you got to play the Fire Emblem like it's one long campaign.
Perry's an amateur eater.
I'm definitely not an amateur eater. Do you remember those nachos we had at at San Antonio?
We better
the
not
first
talk
night
about food
with the cheese.
You boys
the
getting
cheese,
hungry,
and it was
man.
literally that thick. The cheese on top of these, like, I was
Dude, cheese is
constipated the
the
whole time
best.
after that.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Continue.
after you hit a certain point and there's a certain story development, and don't worry, I won't be spoiling anything, it starts
Dumbledore
to
dies.
matter a lot which house you chose from a story perspective, to the point that even though I haven't gotten to it yet, I'm guessing that the last half to 60% of the game is completely different for each of the 3 houses, just because of the way they interact later on in the story.
Okay. Quick question. So,
Yes.
are you saying that no matter which one you pick, all of the missions, like the actual Fire Emblem parts, you know, I'm talking about the strategy, are they the same then?
I haven't gotten to the point in my second playthrough where it fully diverges yet, but
Have you repeated those?
I've repeated the early mission so far. But
Alright.
because you have a different party, it doesn't feel that bad. Like, I'm not bored.
okay. I
True,
was gonna
yeah, that's
ask you
right.
that if you sort of wish there was maybe a spot where like the second play, like a new game plus, might start from that divergent point. You know what I mean? But I guess that would mess things up with like character levels and stuff. But
Yeah, maybe it'd be nice as an option, but I haven't been bothered by it in the 10 hours or whatever I've played of my second playthrough.
So, like, are you? I mean, even though you have like your house, is there still like? Can you still have a pretty varied team like normal?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh yeah, you can recruit
okay.
people from other teams. And you could recruit some of the teachers and like higher up veteran people.
gotcha.
yeah,
game.
yeah. I know there are a lot of people. I know Matt's been playing a lot and talked about it from the site, and I know he's like going after like recruiting all sorts of people. I haven't actually even recruited anyone. Now, I was going to ask you, I'm assuming you've done a bit of recruiting in your tenure here with Fire Emblem. Now, when you try and recruit someone, there's usually like, oh, no, but like, and then it tells you sort of what you need to focus on, right? Now, is that just a matter of getting your, like, Byleth, however you say it, the main character? So if, like, someone needs they want flying as their prerequisite, like, that's just, you train that up to a certain point and then they get recruited? Is that sort of how that...
Presumably, but the characters who I wanted to get on my team, I got them on my team fairly early. So I'm actually... my first playthrough I did on normal, classic, so, like, when someone dies, they die for good. But in my second playthrough, which is hard mode, because I'm going up a difficulty, I'm starting to care more about who I'm recruiting and how I'm recruiting and making sure I have enough people. But I've only run into either yes, I'll join you, or no, I won't join you until your team has more of this or this. So I don't know. Is the answer?
What did you pick for your second playthrough? Which house are you going with?
I went with the Empire for the second playthrough because
she seems badass, man.
She's pretty bad. I won't spoil anything. The characters are badass. There are badass characters, and Casey, I won't give you a reason, but good things are gonna happen your playthrough of the game.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, because like you said, I'm about 9 to 10 hours in that range. And yeah, it is really one of those games where it's like, normally, right, it's like, I just want to get to the battles, like I want to get in, I want to do the chapters, the missions. But you really do find yourself sort of getting enthralled in all of the side activities, getting into the monastery, going around and doing these quests, even though the quests are not really anything more, generally speaking, than like, hey, go here, or like, go find this person, or go, very much fetch quests, if you will.
Has there ever been a different kind of quest in any other video game?
Yeah, no, I know, but yeah, well, sometimes, hey, go kill these people, and then, like, it's very much like, go here, find this.
Go kill these people.
Yeah, go fetch 10 deaths for me. But
the good thing is that they all take 5 minutes. Basically.
Yeah, and
That's
and
cool.
going around, then there's fishing and doing like the gardening and stuff.
Sounds like fun.
Is entertaining enough.
I'm excited to start playing it.
Yeah, and I really like the teaching aspect, actually, like getting into the classroom and how you motivate your team, and then you can use that motivation to enhance different skills. And I really like that, like, no one character is really locked into any role. You can really, like, the custom ability is off the charts, if you will.
Oh, beautiful.
You can, like, they'll come to you sometimes and be like, hey, right now I'm really focusing on being, like a brawl, like a sword and brawling and this, but maybe I should just focus on just swords, and then you could be like, no. Or you could be like, yeah, like, you know what? That seems like a good idea. I want you to really be my swordsman, And then all of a sudden, all the points are going to be put into that, and they're going to be, ranking up that sword ability and really becoming powerful with that. So it's cool how, the game really gives you a lot of freedom to sort of comprise your party of whatever you want. And man, yeah, it's like I've got a lot of going with the blue. There are a lot of characters I really like Annette. Like, man, she's just killing the game for me. And like Mercedes, it's totally Mercedes, but whenever like they say like, oh, Mercedes, it's like they're trying to church it up, But
Mercedes,
and then like Felix, and it's interesting because you start to sort of get their background stories, right, and sort of where they're coming from, and that's always sort of a Fire Emblem is like working with these people and then slowly peeling the layers of the onion back to sort of see where they're coming from and why they are the way they are, So I've really been enjoying it. The one guy, dude, what's his name? Du. He's like Dimitri.
He's the one with the white hair.
He's like Yeah, and he's like a big, strong guy, and he's weird.
Yeah.
And he's like, I give my life for Dimitri, and that's all it is, you know?
Yeah.
I felt like he was going, like, you know how in Fire Emblem games, there's always that one character who's, like, overpowered in the beginning, but if you waste it, it's like, you know his end game is not going to be nearly as good. It's like, oh, that's like the character that you could, like, plow the beginning of the game with if you want, but, like, you don't want to waste the experience to that Jimmy because he stinks on ice in the end.
And you know,
there is none of those.
I know.
There's not one of those in this game.
I know, but that's
there isn't,
in my mind. He was that guy, so I haven't used him at all. But like now that I'm starting to get sort of his background story, it's sort of interesting. I'm like, maybe he's not so bad. Yeah, like all my characters are like level 15 or whatever, and he's like level like 6. You know, I'm like, like, ugh.
Do you still run out of moves?
Yeah, well, so there's a durability system on the weapons where like you can swing a sword 30 times. One thing that's really cool, and I haven't played a Fire Emblem game in a while, other than this one. So the magic users, how they have their books, which like you can use this spell 8 or 10 times or whatever. That resets after each battle.
That's really
so you don't
nice.
have to buy spells.
Yeah, no, it's not like that in other games.
Just like real magic resets after each battle.
And you're healing too. Like that was the worst, like having to buy those staves back. Like, oh no, like my healer is out of staves, so it's like a completely useless character right now.
I love like that, but I love that when you do have to do that, but then you have a character that can naturally heal, so you can like take advantage of the natural healing and not have to. Like I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like with Mario and Rabbids. You know, I think like a lot of that was like you could heal your. I just like healing characters and then using that in battle and stuff. And I remember, you know, that tank character you're talking about, Casey. Like I remember there is the classic. Have you guys ever? And I found this out naturally, and this is like a really popular thing. But if you just let them run out of offensive moves, then like no weapons, then people you can basically just move them up. People come and attack them. They don't do anything, and then you can. So they're just
He's
like
the
a big,
bait.
huge. He's the bait, yeah, and that was awesome because it's like you can get people to move to him and then attack them.
Perry uses the bait,
out.
yeah.
The bait, yeah. But they don't have that character. They don't have those in this, huh?
I guess not. Yeah, like I said, I mean, you really have so much freedom to make a character whatever you want. You know, like they do have sort of predetermined or preferences, I guess. When you get a character, it's sort of like, oh, like they use swords and axes, you know. But from what I understand, it's like you could take a character that's focusing on an axe user and just be like, nah, you're gonna concentrate on faith. And the way it is, each sort of skill, you know, whether it's sword, axe, magic, faith, whatever, they have like a letter grade. So presumably they would start, oh, I've got a D rank axe to start, you know, and I'm going to focus on that, and maybe my healing is an E rank, but, you know, with time and just putting, you know, experience into that, you can eventually level it up to the point of it overtaking that other ability. So it is cool to have that freedom.
What's nice about that is that the way I use it is I'm not going to take a magic user and make them level A grade in swords, but if I get him to like the D rank and he can just keep an iron sword on him just in case, that's a good thing to have. Yeah.
That would be especially good for archers, right? Because, I mean, I guess it's if you'd have to have it equipped, but I was thinking when you sort of on the back end, when an enemy attacks you, and you know you obviously archers can't attack close range, but yeah.
I know we should be moving on soon, but I just want to give a very quick overview to how different this game is than the previous Awakening sort of centric ones.
Or Fates, yeah.
Or Fates.
Or anything.
So Awakening was a huge moment for Fire Emblem, where they made the games more accessible. They added this relationship component, or at least they blew out this relationship component to full-on waifu territory, basically. And they sold Fire Emblem to a much wider audience. And I think it was the game that started us down the path of making Fire Emblem like audience-wise, probably top 5 to 7 franchises in Nintendo's portfolio. A few games later, Three Houses is accessible like Awakening, but it does a lot of things differently. So for one, the relationship thing, there are relationships in this game, and you can technically waifu it, but it's all in the background, and you can engage with those systems as much or as little as you want.
Good.
If you're going into this game hoping to wife someone up, that's not... This isn't exactly that
sorry,
game.
Casey.
Should I get the refund going? We'll send it back.
Yes.
But in addition to that, there is this new calendar system where once a month you are doing a story-based chapter, and along the way there are these lesson planning days, these teaching days, and then you get one free day off a week where you can choose to either do sort of training battles, or you can just walk around campus and do quests and whatever. So you got a little versatility there. And what it does is, with the little bit of relationship stuff and this calendar system, it gives it kind of a Persona feeling. It's not a Persona game because, like I said, the relationships aren't huge, but the idea of you being in a school 5 days a week and having one core mission a month is very, very Persona in a good way. Mm-hmm. And I think it makes you care about the characters in a slightly deeper way than Fire Emblem games have done, at least for me, up until this point. Like, I care about the characters in this game more, even though the relationship stuff is more in the background, because I think it's done smarter. As for the battle stuff, there's so many overhauls that it's impossible to list them all. Like, now there are these battalions where you can send a small group of soldiers into battle instead of using weapons. There's this new feature where you can go back in time, so you don't have to fully reset your game if you lose a guy you like.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Still cheating.
And
I boycott that feature. Just kidding, I don't. I'll probably use it.
Favorite thing, and I'm going to use no spoilers, the story is my favorite thing in this game. Past Fire Emblem games, it's not that their story was bad, it's just that there wasn't a ton to say in, like, the story mode of Fire Emblem. It's like, okay, magic, slightly medieval times, some cleverness here and there. Like, it is what... This has more of a fantasy epic feeling to it. And Casey, I think you're just before the part where it, like, where the world really...
Yeah, the doors get busted up. Yeah.
No, I'm just
kidding.
I'm just cracking open the door a little bit,
Just
showing
peeking in.
you the Pulp Fiction orange light. I think it's an orange light.
Yep. The suitcase.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good to
This
hear.
game's
That sounds
awesome.
like fun.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm excited to play. I'm excited to play as the Golden Deer and play. It's fun. Did you know that if you pick the Golden Deer, that the whole game is upside down? So you have to, like, play it with your switch upside down.
Is he Australian?
Yeah, the Golden Deer is Australian. So
You know, I want to...
Yep.
Did you opt into the online stuff?
Yes.
Isn't that
which
sort
is,
of
by the
interesting?
way,
I sort of like
it's
that.
totally a Persona thing.
Yeah.
So there's this thing you can do where
what?
one day a week you get the choice to either roam campus or go into battle or rest, which gives you more attacks using your super special sword.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, I don't want to waste my day on rest ever. And there's lecture too. You can do the lecture.
Exactly. You can do a lecture, which gives you a little more benefit than, like, the normal classes would. And what this online feature does is it tells you what percentage of players did what thing on a given day. So it's like the first week of August, 95% of people decided to roam around campus. And it's like, oh, that's interesting.
I won't follow everyone else. I'm resting.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't want to be like other people. I'm unique.
Yeah, but it is interesting because, yeah,
That
it's
is
like,
cool.
in
That's
my
great.
mind, I'm like, oh, I'm going to battle this day, you know? And then all of a sudden you see it's like, oh, it's like weird, like 80% of other people battle that day too. Like, and it's sort of one of those, because there are some events, where like you'll see some, like a little fishing icon, and like there's something special down by the fishing pond, So it's like most people, like, well, yeah, like a good day, to jump in to do that. Or there are like the paralog battles that sort of give you side story, and like you'll see most people were really interested in doing that, so like it sort of makes sense. But then the following week, you could sort of just be like, well, we battled last week, I bet you most people went to the Monastery to adventure, and then you can sort of see the percentages. It's pretty cool. I like it. I think, who was I talking to? Was it Jordan? I don't know. I forgot who we were talking to. Who they're like, they didn't opt in.
Probably some Canadian.
And I was like, that's weird. It's like, I think it's pretty cool, man.
I think it's really cool. The only thing I'll say about that, and I wouldn't call this a criticism necessarily, but as I grew to refine my process for training and stuff over time, I would say for the last 75% of the game, maybe, I was like, first week I'm doing this, second and third week I'm doing this, fourth week I'm resting. Like,
yeah, you had your formula.
I had a formula, but I don't know. Routines aren't necessarily bad things.
No siree, Bob.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
Great. I'm excited to play it, guys. I actually kind of want to stop talking to you big gym bots.
Well, I was going to say, me and Alex should have a side bet. Do you think Perry will actually play any Fire Emblem this week?
Do I think Perry will take off the shrink wrap?
Yeah. $5 says it gets into the Switch, but doesn't get played.
Make your bet. Go ahead. Do it.
$5.
It's $3 that he puts it in the Switch. He turns on the game and clicks on it just to spite you, but then turns it off as soon as he gets to the first save point.
I'll do whatever I can to make Casey lose that bet. So just
you
just let me know what the bet is.
Let's see. I bet Perry
doesn't
beat the game. Yes. Yeah. That's all right. Yeah, he's like, guys, I gotta go. Yeah. All three.
48 hours.
All three courses too. All three routes.
All right. Yeah. Well, we are gonna go straight into, without taking any break. Right into the new eShop Roundup. eShop Roundup.
Skip Casey's game.
That's right. That's right. We did. Did we skip the game?
Yeah, it's fine. It's World of Warcraft.
Game?
We could talk about that.
You said you were gonna skip that.
No, I said as a quick bite.
You said.
But it's okay.
Oh,
it's not a big deal.
That's
I
okay.
could talk about that
No,
some other time.
We can, because it's time to talk about the eShop Roundup. Because I already played the.
You're already on the jingle board. There's no turning back.
I got the jingle, and I've already turned on the eShop Roundup music. So, which, by the way, is from Captain Toad. If people didn't know that, Alex, did you know that?
I hate that game. No, I'm just kidding. No one hates.
If you hate Captain Toad,
no, nobody hates that game.
Okay.
I don't think anyone.
All right.
Does.
Well, let's get out our Switches. I hope you have your Switch ready, Alex. There it is.
Do we all have different cons?
Let's
Perry, do we have the same cons?
No, I have.
Oh, okay. We're sort of different.
But we all have. Oh,
wait,
no.
He's got the deep red. Is that deep red con?
No, it's just my camera's picking it up. Casey, we have the exact same.
It's so funny because on my screen it looks like like the Mario one, like the Odyssey.
No, this is the one
nice.
Perry bought.
Oh, when you put it on the side like that, the other way, you could see sort of the more pinkish look to it. But
anyway, let's stop talking about the cons and let's talk about our giveaway.
We got a winner, don't we, Purr?
Yeah, we do.
Purr.
We have two winners. We gave away the best game ever, which is Catch a Duck.
Did you play it?
I did play it, yeah.
So why didn't you talk about it?
Well, I played it for just a little bit. It wasn't worth talking about too much. What?
I
say you played it.
To be honest, it would have been worth the whole segment.
No, I know. You played it about as much as you're going to play Fire Emblem this week.
Yeah, I did. Our two winners, we have Kevin Morris at Kejomo DC. It's Kejomo DC.
Old Kev.
And he won a copy, and at It's a Bug Hunt Man, which is literally at It's a Bug Hunt
It's
Man.
Huntman.
So Huntman, he's okay. It's a Bug
I'm just
Huntman.
messing with you. No, it's
Sure.
Huntman, dang it.
Yeah. I would first I thought it said like it's a Huntsman, like I'm not a Heinz. I don't eat Heinz ketchup. I eat only Hunts, but it was Huntman.
Are there
Anyway.
such people in this world that prefer Hunt's ketchup to Heinz? Surely that can't actually be a thing, right?
There are. Funny story here. One of my old bosses said that he would never eat Hunt's ketchup because he took a factory tour there, and there were bugs in the tomatoes that they were using, and then he proceeded to go on his smoke break.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, but like you smoke, and he goes, I prefer to die on my own volition.
Yeah. Well,
I was like, all right, buddy.
I don't think if you eat bugs, if people eat bugs, it's not gonna kill you.
I eat bugs all the time. Dude, I got home from a show the other night, and I was on my front porch, and I had a bunch of gear so I couldn't get the door, and Jill was coming. And I was inhaling bugs, like, because we're just right next to the light on my porch, literally inhaling bugs. Like, it was like the most uncomfortable thing in the world.
It?
Yeah, I Kirby'd it, yeah. So, thank you, Kevin Morris, and It's a Bug Huntman, for winning. Alex, thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's actually the winner's me. So
the winner, it is Alex, because he gets to be on the show.
He's a bug hunt man.
This week we have a very special giveaway.
Yes, we do.
Courtesy of superfan Grills
Von Sizzle. Grizzle, as I like to call
Grills. Grizzle.
Grizzles.
He said in honor of our 150th episode to support us, he's sponsoring us with a $20 eShop gift card.
Woo!
$20.
That's a big 2-0.
So this is a big one. Alex, you can totally retweet this, and you can totally win that.
You're only 2.5 times away from picking up Oninaki. There you go.
Yeah. There you go. So everyone go to look at the descriptions on your podcast or on YouTube down there, and you can go right to the link.
Almost spelled
and
my name.
that would have been really funny. Ooh, like you have to go clean it up and stuff.
Right on my mic. Like, no.
Go there, retweet it. It's very obvious. Just retweet, follow us, and you can win $20 for the eShop.
20 bones, pick yourself up, and especially we've got some great games coming out in August and September. Ooh, that's gonna come in handy. That 20 bones.
I know, and girls is gonna be like, just get Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And the winner is Grizzle. Yeah. He's like, just as I had
That'd be
planned.
amazing. I don't even have to give him the code. Okay, but now we are into our classic. Let me pull up the jingle. Here it is, our classic picks of the week, and there we go.
We got to get
And then
you.
we'll bring back up the,
got to get the Elgato Stream Deck, so you got little buttons to press.
Yeah, I kind of have a little visual thing here. I got it. We're good.
Imagine
we're good.
the tactile feel of a button.
I know. I need to get them to sponsor us because we're so cool.
Elgato, hit us up.
Our picks of the week. So I have one this week.
Ooh, I got two.
Just one.
So why don't I
And you
go
know what's
first?
nice? I was like, okay, good idea.
Alex, you bring anything to the table?
So are we not doing the go through every single game that came out thing anymore?
No. We've revised that. Yeah, we
revised it.
We're like, we could keep spending 40 minutes on this, or
Alex, the last week, 50 games came out. 50 games.
I feel like the tipper was, I guess it was E3, right? When we missed a week because we were just like, E3 goodness.
That's
woo!
what it was.
Or
yeah.
Yeah, I think it was E3, and then all of a sudden.
No, it wasn't E3. It was just something.
And then
we
it was like,
it.
oh no, we went through 70 games. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say.
Yep,
so yeah, now
as they say, yep.
Now we pick one or two games that looks most appealing to us, and then we give the folks the cream of the crop instead of all the crap. Boom. That should be the slogan right there.
We give them the cream of the crop, not the cream of the crap.
Yes, there we go. So my first game, the runner-up, if you will, The Church
You should show us.
in the Darkness. Oh, I don't have my Switch open right now.
What a big gym
That's
bot.
okay. They can go look at it. It is 1990.
What's it called?
This is The Church in the Darkness.
The Church in the
It is
Darkness.
$19.99. It is on sale. until the 9th, which is Friday. So if you're listening to this when it first releases, you can still get it on sale for $15.99.
There you go.
And
try to get it. Oh my goodness, my Joy-Cons are like reflecting off of the
Oh,
light.
it's like a holy
there it
Joy-Con with the Church of
There you go.
Darkness.
I know.
The juxtaposition.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a strange little game. It looks pretty cool. Essentially, I guess your nephew has joined this church, and you need to infiltrate it. But what's interesting is they said, I guess there's multiple ways to play. You can go in and try and be stealthy to save your nephew, or you can just go in guns a-blazing, taking out cultists left and right if you want. But yeah, it looks like an interesting little game. Like I was saying before, I always like a good weird game, and it feels like this one could sort of have some interesting lore and tidbits as you sort of infiltrate and learn exactly what's going on there. So,
what's the nephew's name again?
I don't think they gave the nephew's name.
Alexander?
Or at least I didn't read it and write it down.
Is
it Alexander?
Oh, no, it's just Alex.
Alex?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is there
Nicely
something
done.
you need to tell us about, Alex? What are you doing on the weekends these
This
days?
is-
I made
Alex is
some
like,
new
this is
friends.
based-
He's
this
like,
is based
I've
on my
joined
cult,
the
guys.
Church of Fire
Of the
Emblem.
Darkness.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my next game is Stand By. And you know what stinks is that my thing is reversed. That's annoying, but it's pretty cool looking.
What do you, no, it looks
this is-
perfectly good on mine.
Well, on
Yep.
yours it does, but not on
Yep.
OBS. for
Oh,
some
oh,
reason.
you ruined it.
I know.
Way to go.
Sorry, everyone. But this is a really cool looking stylistic platformer, by the way. Escape the glitched out world in this high octane, fast paced platformer. So and honestly, I know another platformer, but it looks really, really, really cool.
We're sick of it,
And
Perry.
it's stylized. It kind of reminds me of like Guacamelee and like
Dude,
N++ and
Guacamelee
like
2, though.
a bunch of really good stuff. Anyway,
Can that be my-
check it out. It's only $5.
I was gonna say, can that be my pick of the week?
No.
Guacamelee
No.
2?
No, it can't be.
Although I did get an email about, I believe it's coming out physically.
That's right. And with the first one.
Boom. Dude, that's gonna be the collector's item to get right there.
Did I have you buy that for me? I feel like I did.
Not yet. I don't think so.
Are you sure? Okay.
Do you... I wanna
Are
see.
you sure?
I'm pretty
No, I don't think so.
positive, but I wonder how much that title would go for. We're gonna find
I
out.
think it's $40. All right. Well, Alex, did you pick out a game or it's okay
Yeah.
if you didn't? Okay.
No, I did. So I've played on tablet Plague Inc. And
Plague
Plink?
Inc.
Plink.
Oh,
Plague
I've seen it.
Inc.
Evolve.
is Evolved is on the eShop for $15. And the way this game works is you're given a map and you have to end the world
Oh,
by
yeah, okay.
developing your own disease over time. And you're trying to cause human extinction.
Periitis?
And what I
So look at that.
Periitis.
So see, like on the screen, it shows like you're like airplanes, and you got to take them and like cause the most damage by like where, right? Is that what I'm looking
The
at?
airplanes.
yeah, no,
fun.
that's
like,
totally
like flying.
it.
Yeah,
Put it in the
that's great.
stowaway.
that's amazing. Alex, it's so fun. You've played this?
I've played. I don't know if it's the original version, but I played a game that was called
That
Plague
is so
Inc.
funny.
on
It's like
iPad.
that's so funny. It's like I would have never like what a funny thing to bring up. Like I would have just gone past it. I just
You did
that's
go
the beauty
past
of the
it,
eShop
you big
roundup, the
Jim.
new eShop roundup. So,
I said you did go past
I did.
it. I was assuming you
Well,
did
thank
your
you.
due
That-
diligence and didn't just
looks-
pick the first one at the top of the recent releases.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Who would ever do
DC
that?
Universe.
Yeah, yeah.
It shows you.
Update: Guacamelee, the double the 1-2 punch collection, which is just a beautiful name. $39.99.
Yep. That's right. I believe I posted the news article.
And it's
for that
actually
on
got
Nintendo
a
Report.
cool little cover. I like it. Man, that game's
Yeah, it's pretty
rocks.
good. Now, get to your last pick.
My final
Bucko.
pick here is Hamsterdam for $9.99. This is a beat 'em up with some kung fu hamster action. This was, I believe, showed off during one of the indies,
Here it is.
indie trailers. And yeah, it looked like super cute. I really, hamsters. It's a pretty cute little
Ooh,
hamster.
I found the perfect spot.
Yeah,
Look at
but-
it.
Oh, baby. Just hold it there
There we go.
forever.
Okay, hurry, my
although I'm
hand's shaking.
pretty sure it's
Hurry.
reversed and it looks horrible. No, yeah, so, yeah, it looks...
Pause of justice.
Yeah, it looks like a cute little game. I actually have a code for this one that I got a while back. I need to fire it up and give it a play ski, so maybe I'll have some impressions next week. I actually...
Awesome.
It was one of those ones, we got it in, like, July, like, early July or something crazy. And I forgot that it was coming out this week. I thought it was next week. So, yeah, we'll probably have some impressions on that one for next week for you guys.
Awesome.
Boom.
Well, here's another reminder. Check out Twitter right now. You can win $20 for the eShop. Go retweet it right now. And it is, and then with that, it ends the eShop Roundup. And do you know what that means?
Oh, the best time of the week, baby.
That's right. Here it is.
News Talk with Casey Gibson.
All right. It is the News Talk time.
Yes, sir. Now...
And I have, there it is. Boosh. There it is. News Talk with Casey Gibson. And yes, that's the Super Nintendo font.
Is it my big face behind it implanted? Like,
No, I didn't want to scare people off. So.
well, it's a shame. Well, we've got not a ton of news, but we've got some interesting news, I would say. We mentioned last week that Nintendo Online subscription users would be getting a full demo, right, in Japan. Well,
Yeah, for Captain Toad, right?
Yeah, for Captain Toad. Well, coming stateside, grab your tennis rackets, boys, because it is Mario Tennis Aces from...
Wait, is that why Alex has it?
Yep, that was I actually thought to download it because I saw your little note in the notes
show
document
notes.
that was like, oh, I can download it now. But I tried like playing it and it checks. Like, yeah.
It goes
So tomorrow.
live Wednesday. So
Gotcha.
obviously, if you're listening to this, it is out. You can go down and given you are a member subscriber, you can download it for free from the 7th of August until the 13th, which is next Tuesday at midnight Pacific time. So yeah, pretty darn cool, I'd say. I'm excited to see if they continue to do this in the future with different titles. But Mario Tennis Aces is a fun game, for sure. And if you haven't played it, and like I said, you're a subscriber, there's literally no reason not to jump in and give it a whirl, if you will.
Wario's in it.
Yeah. And
Waluigi's in
Waluigi. And there are a lot of
have
characters.
tennis outfits on.
They've continued to pour in new characters into that game quite a bit, which is cool. And like it's
That's
got
cool,
some
man.
good online play. And if you want to get your butt kicked, hit up Terrence. He will knock you on your butt. I remember I was like, I was like, I'm not too bad at Mario Tennis, and then dude, he just
I mean, I can shred parry.
yeah. I feel pretty good going into this match. And then Terrence is
don't
like,
play with me and
nah,
make yourself feel
bruh.
good.
Like, sit down. You're a big gym bot. And I was like, yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
I am.
You know what I always wonder? I always think like Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn for the Wii. That game, that mustn't have sold very well because after that game, they were like, we're not making any more Fire Emblem games.
Yeah, we're done.
And then, yep, basically.
Well,
So I always wondered what the sales numbers was that for, or what it was like. This is just a random anecdote. It has nothing to do with the segue to the next news point.
what news is that, Alex?
That's that.
I got him.
Yeah.
This Jimmy
that's
thought
good.
it was him.
Wait, am I doing anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do
So,
whatever you want to
here's-
do.
This is News Talk with Casey Gibson, Casey. This ain't News Talk with Alexander.
I like to bring in a little bit of everybody.
All right.
All right.
So,
Fire Emblem Three Houses sold not one, not two, but 15 times more than Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn on the Nintendo Wii console.
right. So they go 15 times more. So because I guess that was the last console.
Yeah, the launch sales,
Fire Emblem.
pretty darn impressive, I'd say. And
I think it's been,
And with console Fire Emblem games, especially like in very much the traditional sense of what a Fire Emblem game was, it didn't really make a whole ton of sense, right? Because it's like usually the games are long and like their mission, like it just fit on the portable much
It's
better.
a handheld game a lot better.
So that's why I was originally thinking Three Houses. I was like, like, okay, like, yeah, with the Switch makes sense, obviously, because you've got the portability to go along with it. But, yeah, I really am happy with the shift they've done. And like Alex was saying before, like, it is not just another Fire Emblem game. It is very much taking Fire Emblem, bringing in a lot of new ideas. And, yeah, 15 times that of Radiant Dawn. Not too scabby. And just to piggyback on that, I guess first week it beat out Wolfenstein, was number 2, then Crash Team Racing, and then Super Mario Maker 2 in 4th. Which is crazy because Fire Emblem Three Houses came out so late in the month as well. So you got to factor in.
Yeah, I think it did really good. So I think it's another big success. It'll be fun to get hear the big first month's numbers.
And that means there's going to be another Fire Emblem coming for the Switch. I can guarantee
Six
it. Yeah,
houses.
Yeah. 6 paths. And Alex,
3 houses.
No, please
too.
make it, dude. How sweet would it be if they put 25% of the effort into an Advance Wars game? Oh, come on, that would be amazing.
Actually, the battalion stuff that's in the new Fire Emblem, isn't that kind of Advance Wars-esque? Or is that not a thing? I don't know.
Well, you haven't played Advance Wars, I take it? Or not in a long time?
Not very much.
It is very much where Fire Emblem, you have your set team, right? Advance Wars is where it's like, it's sort of like a... like
you don't level up your characters.
It's more like an RTS in the sense that, like, I'm going to produce units each turn, and, like, the combat is sort of similar in the sense.
Yeah, and then you capture
other buildings.
You capture buildings to raise money to make more units.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it's very, I think to me, it's a lot more, I mean, it's obviously
it's
super strategic.
It's like
but I think it's a little bit more strategic because, like, you're always on the same plane when you hit each level. It's not like, how are you going to go through the game?
Yeah, it's not like I made
the
these 3 characters absolute units.
You can't sit there and grind.
Everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Got it.
Anyway.
Now, moving along here, I don't know if any of you...
Our last piece, or no, second to last.
He's jumping the gun. I'll save that last piece for you, Perry. But this one I'm going to take.
Bucko.
Smash Bros. Ultimate has set a record for the highest peak viewership in EVO history over every other game that has ever been played there, with 279,000 people watching at one point during the
couldn't
weekend.
break the 280.
Yeah, losers.
They couldn't break the big 280. Losers. Move on.
Well, it's cool. Ultimate got like the prime, like the finale of EVO. They had the last slot, and it was really good tournament. Like, I know Perry doesn't watch like esports or fighting anything. Are you into that, Alex, or not really?
Not really.
Yeah. So essentially, it was like there were a lot of big upsets within the tournament, and like people who like are usually in the top 4, like getting eliminated at like in the 20th range, So there were a lot of upsets. MK Leo, he is like the ultimate best player, you know what I mean? He's the best, and he was in losers bracket. He got knocked down in the losers bracket early. But he had like the most epic run of all time, and he won anyway, which I hate. Because I don't hate him, but I just hate watching the same people win over and over and over again. A New York sports fan has bred that into my soul. So watching these darn guys win all the time.
Oh, dude, I forgot. Okay, so we drove past someone right up the street for us has a Patriots flag.
You should egg their house.
Hanging outside. And I think it was like an American flag, but like with the Patriots logo and stuff on it. But anyway... I literally stopped. Jill and I were driving. We stopped, and I was like, Jill, we have to get a picture of this and send it to Casey. And so, like, we stopped, but the windows blowing, and it was, like, covering up the Patriots logo. Like, it was, like, ruffled.
Are you sure this wasn't just an American flag?
I was, like, waiting for the wind to... and, like, we were seriously, like, in the middle of the street, stopped there for, like, 20 seconds, like, stopping, like, hoping no one's looking at us, taking a picture of this house.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it. We couldn't get it, and I was like, I'll get it again next time.
Well,
so.
get a good picture. Well, if it's an American flag, I guess you shouldn't burn it. But if it was just a Patriots flag, I'd be all on board with just burning that sucker to the ground. But yes.
All right.
Moving on to our last bit here. What do we got, Pert?
Dragon Dairy Queen 11 will have a demo, and that's Dragon Quest 11.
Boom.
And the cool thing about this cool demo is that if you download it and you play it if you keep the save data, you'll get a free seed of skill when playing the full game.
You know that seed of skill is probably going to come in handy. It's going to give you the upper hand.
Yeah. I love like I have no idea what that means, but if it's anything like with Pokemon, didn't they do Alex, didn't they do stuff like if you get online in the first week, you get 5 free Pokeballs,
Ultra Balls,
like something stupid. Yeah.
They would do that, but what they would also do is certain Pokemon they would give away. Like if you, through mystery gift, if you buy the game before December of this year, you'll get this shiny Mewtwo or whatever to use in your proper game. But yeah, Pokemon give stuff away. Even in their demos.
But I mean,
I never got a shiny. Never once in my whole life.
Alex shiny hunts on stream every Thursday night.
Dude, there is definitely an audience for that. I've definitely seen people grinding out shinies.
That does not legitimize it.
Yep. If there's an audience, it's legitimate.
It's legit. No, I'm just saying
it's,
with this seed.
Alakazam Culafi.
I like it.
That's amazing. You had to go by that when you were in
that's
school.
yeah.
I know you did.
He's quit everything and he's going full-time streamer.
I love it.
Strictly shinies.
Yeah, that seed of skill. I guess that seed of skill is probably something that upgrades your.
Yeah, I'm
player,
imagining.
So I bet it's good.
I haven't played the game and I don't know much about it in the sense of systems, but yeah, I'd imagine maybe it unlocks a new ability or just increases some stats on your character, kind of thing, But yeah.
Yeah. Well, whenever Alex is on the show, he always increases our seed of skill by at least one.
He's full of the seeds.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Perry, you're gross.
I think it's awesome. I think that Dragon Quest XI getting a demo is awesome because I haven't really played much Dragon Quest in the past, but I look at this game and I'm like, ooh, it's this pretty console JRPG. Ooh, but it's on handheld. Ooh, but it looks really good. Ooh, it's got this orchestral soundtrack. I think me getting the opportunity to play a demo and just even get the tiniest feel for what I would actually be in for if I got the game, that's big to me.
Yeah. And cool. It's also got nostalgic retro graphics as well. Ooh.
If you want to play the inferior way.
It's funny because
inferior.
Jordan is all aboard, playing it the old way, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely going to play the fresh way, but there are definitely going to be parts when, probably when you're on the overworld, where it's I've seen this sort of a bunch, let's just flip it and see how it plays, I hope it's literally as easy as just, pressing the minus button or something, where, I don't want to have to go into a menu.
It'll probably be a menu, yeah.
Although, because I remember, one of the Halos, I think it was when they remade Halo 1, I believe.
Yeah, I think
so. Or one of the Halos, you could, literally, it was just one button, and it just switched on the fly, and I was like, that is just so smart, It's, so cool to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, well, we're going to head straight into our topic of the show. And like I said before, our topic of the show is going to be very fun.
Is it? I don't know if I believe you.
It's going to be about Pokemon Red and Blue because it's our 151st episode. So we brought Alex on, who's a Pokemaniac, and we're going to talk about our favorite three Pokemon and our top. So we're going to talk our top 3 original Pokemon and our top 3 memories of playing the original 3 Pokemon.
Of playing Red and Blue?
Of playing Red and Blue.
Okay. RB, baby.
So, in Pokemon Diamond, I loved Alex. So Alex and I, this is pre-Talk Nintendo. We were on a podcast on connectivity that we did called Themesters, and I actually did 4 covers of the original Pokemon soundtrack and like new covers of them. We all picked different things. Yeah, totally. Anyway, so we had some great. That's a great. We should try to find that and link.
If you
that
find
in
it,
our.
I'll put it in.
I'll link it. Yeah, no, we'll put that in the
I'll
description.
link whatever you send me
on our Nintendo World Report. I think it's a great podcast, and so you should go listen to that if you like Pokemon Red and Blue. It's fun. It's eerie. I do this crazy cover of the
Pokemon Tower.
What's the scary town? What's the scary town?
Lavender Town.
Lavender Town. Not the actual tower, but the Lavender Town. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And Nick Bray's on it, and Adam. So it's fun.
Nick Bray.
So
what do you say?
We are gonna get right into our top 3. So let's do what should we do? Characters first. Let's do characters.
Yeah, I think
our top 3 Pokemon.
Characters. They're called Pokemon.
Well, they are characters. They're quite the character. But Alex, let's start it off. What's your number 3? So we'll go from 3 to 1.
My number 3 would be Venusaur.
Yes.
Because Bulbasaur was the first couple times I played the game, it was Squirtle, because it's like, ooh, water's not weak against anything, so that must be the best choice. But then I realized Bulbasaur was the best of the 3 starters. Objectively,
Bulbasaur's pretty awesome.
I'm a Bulbasaur man myself. I think back in the day I was totally a Charmander kid, but I love me a little Bulb. He's so cute. Like, tell me you wouldn't want that Bulbasaur jumping up and snuggling with you a little bit, you know?
He is cute, and I love how like Squirtle is a turtle, and then Charmander's like salamander. What is it? Salamander?
No, he's a dragon. Thing.
Well, what is it? A salamander, a chameleon, and then a dragon. That all makes sense. And then Bulbasaur's a dinosaur.
Well, he's like a turtle. He's like a little turtle, sort of. Well, no, I guess not.
He's a dinosaur.
Squirtle's the turtle.
Yeah. Potato.
But he looks. I know they look very. Well, it's interesting, right? Because you look at like their faces, and they're like all the same, almost. It's weird if you look at the original 3. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. But all right, my number 3. I'm just gonna go to me. Is because I'm skipping over Casey, even though he's.
You don't need me.
Arcanine.
Who?
Arcanine. I really like Arcanine. Because he's a dog, and I love dogs, and Growlithe is cute, but Arcanine is awesome, and he's like a legendary-looking dog. Mm-hmm. And, like, Entei is cool, too, but, like, Arcanine's like a fire dog, and that's just is really cool.
Good old fire dog.
I just love dogs.
Yeah.
My dog is sitting right over here. She's so cute.
That was you're like, oh. Like,
I know, she's like, not right here. She was.
I saw her there
the
before.
Chair.
She was hanging out.
I know. Yeah.
All right, so for me, I sort of took the starters out of it, right? Because it's like everyone loves the starters, you know. I'm not gonna take the low-hanging fruit like Alex over here. But
are they your favorite?
What's up?
Are they your favorite? Is one of them your favorite? Okay, then don't worry about it.
There's a bunch of I'll call them characters after making fun of you for calling them characters. There's a bunch of pokes that I do like, you know. It's like a Ghastly, big fan of Ghastly. You know,
Ghastly's good.
But number 3, I'm going with Bellsprout. True and tried, baby.
Bellsprout.
Yeah, I bet no one saw that one coming. Bellsprout, man. I love Bellsprout. With those little twig legs of his running around. I don't know. It's just.
It is pretty great.
Like I said, I like grass types, right? So it's like early on, you know, I was like, you know, and like I said, back in the day, I was picking up Charmander to start out with. So it was like, got to get a grass type on your team there. Bellsprout's pretty early on. And yeah, I don't know. I always had a fondness for Bellsprout, you know. And Oddish, too. I like Oddish. And they were exclusive to, you know, both those. They were sort of their counterparts in the exclusivity. But yeah, I always like a good Bellsprout. And then he turns into, like,
all right.
I forget that. Weeping Bell.
Weeping
and then,
Bell?
What's his last?
Weeping Bell?
Yeah.
Weeping Bell.
No,
Victory
he's
Bell.
weeping. He's just sad.
Weeping
he's
Bell.
sad because he's not freaking Bellsprout anymore. He's like...
That sounds like exactly how Hank would say it. Weeping Bell. Weeping Bell.
Lady Bird.
Lady Bird.
Where's
Yeah, no, Bellsprout's
Bell?
great. Yeah. Alex, number 2.
Oh, and he's and Bellsprout, number 69 of 151. I got my number. Yeah,
big pervert.
Giggity. I got all of my numbers here. It wasn't a perverted thing.
Right. Well, now I gotta look mine up. Or Alex, do you know Arcanine's number?
No. Why would I know
He's not that
Arcanine's
much of a
number?
Because you're a Pokemaniac.
I think he's calling you a big nerd, is what he thinks of you.
Some
I
people
totally think
learn
you're a big
languages,
nerd.
some people learn the
He is
specific
59.
numbers.
He knows the
He's number
Pokedex
59.
inside and out.
Yeah. Yep. All right. But Alex, what is your number 2?
Mewtwo.
Aha, Mewtwo. Mewtwo's great.
I know that
like
number,
Mewtwo.
150.
Yep. Yeah, Mewtwo's badass.
Nerd.
He's a clone of a Pokemon which was like not even supposed to be in the original game.
Yeah, and he hangs out in that mountain or that cave all by his lonesome.
He's the post game.
Just-
One Pokemon is the complete post game of the Red and Blue.
There it is. That's all you need. He was so manly.
I don't know. He seems really angry, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, because he's sitting in a cave all alone.
Also, are there female Mewtwo's?
No, it's because legendaries, for the most part, don't have genders
Okay. In the Pokemon. Gotcha.
in the Pokemon world. Yeah.
he just is.
Gotcha.
Or it is
He
just
just
it.
is. See, I always thought it would be cool. Like, I feel like Mewtwo, that would have been a cool, like, you know how they went from starters to like, they went to like the legendary was the Pokemon of the game, you know.
Yeah.
But the original, I always thought it'd be cool to go back and make like the legendary, like Mewtwo would have been a cool
On the cover?
representation, you know, or something like that. Yeah.
Or just missing
I mean, like, or Articuno, you know, or the legendary birds. I don't know.
yeah.
Zapdos.
Anywho, well, my number 2 is the one and only, and he's okay. Let's see if you guys know number 43.
Weeping Bell.
Yeah, Alex, any guesses?
40.
All the cool Pokemon are on the back.
Is that
half
Graveler?
of that,
Nope.
It's Clefable.
Ooh, I do love.
I miss
Clefable.
my Graveler.
I used Clefable.
My Alolan
on my,
Graveler.
oh,
The sad thing is that if you have a fully developed Graveler, it means you have no friends to turn it into a Golem.
that's
Yeah.
That's Casey. No, mine is Oddish.
Okay, so
I love Oddish. And actually, this last playthrough, the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, I never let my Oddish evolve for the first time.
You just
It was great.
kept him going as
Yeah, it was great.
dude, yeah, I like
I
the
love
Oddish, dude.
He's just adorable.
He's cute.
He's just this little guy. Yeah, he'd be a great team like with Bellsprout. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like little
those two
buddies,
together. They
little
seem
amigos.
they're like best buds, but like they live on opposite sides. I'm a Bellsprout and you're an Oddish.
They're best buds. Get
I
it?
sure do.
Buds, huh? You know, I definitely need to get one of those. Ta-dun-tsh. I need to make that jingle.
I feel like Oddish
I'm learning.
would be an incredible plushie to own.
Yeah,
You know, perfect plush.
an odd plush. Odd plush.
I'm on like Bulbapedia, and I love like.
I'm on Bulbapedia
Are
too.
you?
Me too.
Are you on Oddish? Scroll down.
No, I'm on my number one.
Scroll down to body
I'll do
style,
Oddish.
and it's literally just.
Where?
It's just.
Body style is my favorite Japanese wrestler.
And it
yeah.
just looks like a
Yeah.
little Oddish, like in black and white.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, so right there. That.
that is so funny to me.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Interesting.
So my
All right.
number 2, Dratini, number 147. And this is one of.
147, wow.
I'm not sure if it's the only dragon type in the original. If not, it is very much a very limited quantity of dragon types in that game. I guess is Gyarados? Is he technically like a dragon type?
Nope.
No.
He's I don't think Gyarados is never dragon type, and even when he mega evolves, he just turns into water dark.
Okay.
This is the best, most nerdy conversation I've
So
ever been a part of. It's
I'm
great.
trying to
I love
think.
it.
Gen 1.
Water flying.
He might be the only.
Yeah, he's flying. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm thinking. Then in the original games, because it looks like I'm looking for dragon types, and you got like Mega Charizard X is dragon type, but obviously, you know, he did not turn into that in the original. So I'm thinking it might actually be the only dragon type in the game. But yeah, to me, it was like, dragons, like, awesome, dude. And he's like, he looks, he's super cute, first off.
Yeah, I'm more of a Dragonair.
Yeah, and then Dragonair, but then he becomes Dragonite. And
it's like, what happened?
It's the most anticlimactic turn of events, you know? It's like, first off, you got this...
He's like... like Charizard's chubby cousin.
Yeah, he's like the dingus in class you don't want to talk to, you know?
But I do like Dragonite. I mean,
like,
don't
look
get me
at
wrong.
his
I like
little
Dragonite.
wings, dude. Like, what happened to this guy? He was trending to be the coolest looking Pokemon of all time. It's like blue, like sort of eely. Like, you almost think it would have been like a Japanese style dragon, you know, very long and like epic, like sort of almost like Gyarados style, right? Like, if you told me Gyarados was the final form of Dratini, I'd be like, makes sense, you know? But then you show this picklehead, Dragonite.
Picklehead. He's adorable.
I mean,
dude.
he's cute in his own goofy way, but it's like, I remember being like, that's what he turns into? Like, are you kidding me? So funny, dude. But yeah, I remember the hopes and dreams of what my Dratini would turn into were dashed when you turn into Dragonite. But yeah, I still
I like
dragon types back in the day, man. I was all on board.
You want to hear something really sad about dragon types?
What's that?
In Generation 1, Red, Blue, Yellow, the only dragon type move was Dragon Rage, which I remind you is a move that deals 40 HP damage no matter who uses it, or whether it's super effective or what. So there were no actual dragon type moves other than Dragon Rage in the first generation.
Dragon
So
type
weird.
they were just teasing what would come later, you know? It's like they're dangling. It's like, but I guess we should have known by the, like, Dragonite, like, maybe it was the biggest troll of all time. The dragon type, you know? There's one move and Dragonite's the final form. Enjoy, boys, you know? It's like, all right.
Dragon and Psychic were the overpowered types
Psychics,
of
baby.
Gen 1. Oh, yeah.
Psychic, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, just the move Psychic.
Yeah.
With my Kadabra. All right, because I didn't have any friends, so I just had the Kadabra. So
Alex, number one, baby.
Alex is number one.
Yes, I'm going to choose a Pokemon that is perfect. That needed no evolution, no mega evolution.
Oh, can I guess?
No real redesigns. You'll probably be right if you guess.
Oh, really?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I was going to say Tangela.
Oh, no. It's not.
I was going to say
Lickitung.
Alakazam based off of your name play before. But he does have a mega evolution, doesn't he, I think?
Yes. So I chose a perfect Pokemon that is very, very cool, very, very cute, and needed no redesigns whatsoever. And that is number 131, Lapras.
Okay. You're
The Plesiosaur Pokemon.
You're a big Lapras man, huh?
I'm a big Lapras head.
Everyone gets a Lapras in the playthrough also.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to try and make like a lap dance joke out of that pair. Everyone gets a lap dance. I was like, what? You sick pervert.
Okay.
Although you do ride on Lapras,
I'm
right?
the pervert.
He's a good surfing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, there it is.
What about you, Perry? What's your number one?
This is obvious. I've said it to Casey many times. And what's great is mine is on the screen. It's right here. Blastoise, baby.
With his cannons.
Blastoise is my favorite. I love his cannons. He's just the coolest. I've always thought he was the coolest. Always. Like, ever since I saw him, he's the coolest. And he still is.
There it is.
Do you like Mega Blastoise?
No.
I hate him.
2 cannons is the perfect amount.
2 cannon. Why would I go to 1? Or does he go to 3?
No, he goes to 3, I think.
does
Well, he
No,
should have.
that's
If you're
ridiculous.
gonna go Mega, you got to double up at least. You know. Like, you should have had 4 cannons.
He has, Hydro Pump. Remember the original Hydro Pump? It's like the little, things coming up from the ground. You know what I'm talking about? Do you guys not
It's
know?
like no. I know
It's
what
like
you're talking
it's like a
about.
fire hydrant like coming up, shooting
Yeah,
water
yeah.
gun. And you finally get you get bubble and you get bubble beam. All that business. And War Turtle is awesome and Squirtle's
What
great,
numbers
but
is?
Blastoise is just
I
the
guess
coolest.
that's number
And-
6, right?
And the thing is like if it's
Is it 6 or 9?
and it's
it.
Charizard.
I
don't
know.
know. I
I
think
know. Bulbasaur's number 1, so Venusaur is going to be 3. I forget.
Look it up, Casey.
Who the heck
But
am I?
there's Pokemon Red and Blue, right? And I always played Red. And Blastoise was like, well, Blastoise can beat the crap out of Charizard. Everyone thinks Charizard's the coolest. Charizard's pretty cool. But Blastoise can beat the crap out of Charizard, so.
He sure can. He just puts his flame out. Speaking of
Easy.
Charizard, all right, he's number 9, Bulbasaur.
Okay.
Blastoise. The saddest Pokemon anime one ever is when they find the Charmander. I don't know if you guys. I watched I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And his
yeah.
trainer was hated him for some reason. He left him out in the rain, and his flame almost went out. And then Ash
if
had
the flame goes out, they die,
and
right?
then Ash saved
Yeah.
him. But I was like, what a monster! Who leaves that cute little fire Pokemon out in the rain, man?
And how did that guy get that Charmander? He must have had a friend that
That
traded
guy
it
should have
to him
gone
or
to
something.
jail, or they should have just literally killed him. But you're gonna kill Charmander, we're gonna kill you, dude. We'll just waterboard him.
Mm-hmm. No, I think just leave him. My goodness.
Well,
Casey.
he was waterboarding Charmander pretty much.
Okay.
There it is. All right,
This is turn up.
my turn, right?
So
or you got something else to say
you're
about
number
the
one.
old Bulba? All right,
no,
mine
no,
is
Blastoise, not Bulbasaur.
potato patata. Alakazam is my number 1. And I wish I should have thought ahead to bring a pair of spoons.
Spoonie McSpoonerton.
Psychic, man. I always loved the psychic type, and I was like Abra, trying to catch Abra back in the day when he just continues to teleport away from you. I was always a big fan. Like I said, I loved psychic type. Like Alex said, it just demolished people. And I remember,
Oh yeah, every single
back
one.
in the day, me, my brother, and my 2 neighbors were really into Pokemon. So it was we all had our teams, and he would just do work. But yeah, number 65, Alakazam. And what's funny was when I was looking up this, Abra, I was scrolling through I found Alakazam, and then I saw Casey, and I was like, what is this? Abra in Japan is apparently Casey. Which I was like, what the
amazing.
heck, dude? That is so amazing. Especially, because obviously I love Alakazam, but I love the trio, right? Abracadabra and Alakazam. So I thought that was funny that it was in Japan.
I just got that.
In Japan, there's a bunch of
kidding.
people that loved Casey. My favorite Pokemon's Casey. Boom.
Casey Dabra, and Casey-Zam.
Kazababadabra. But yeah.
All right,
There you
well,
go.
so that's our favorite Pokemon. So let's narrow this down to one moment because of time-wise. Our one moment. Our favorite
Okay.
moment.
Now, is this now our favorite moment in the game, or our favorite
Favorite memory or moment of playing the game. Just as vague as you want. I'll go first.
You should go first.
Hey,
I'm gonna go
Perry,
first.
I think you should go first.
I'll go
Okay.
first.
So it's agreed upon that Perry will go first?
Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Yay.
Aye.
Oh, okay. All right, Perry, the floor is yours. Wait, Eleanor, what's her vote? Perry. All right, there it is.
She's looking at me like, why'd you stop petting me? My favorite moment of the game, or one of my favorite memories, it's probably not my favorite, but it's just one of my favorite, is getting the security guard a drink. I always loved that. Or, that the person, it's a guard,
Is that
right?
in the game center?
Yeah.
No, it's on so you can get into Cerulean, Celadon. Which city is it that you can't get into? Because
So Celadon is the first one, I think.
yeah, but I think it's Cerulean is the big city, right?
Sure.
Right?
No, that's Saffron.
I don't know, whatever. It's
Well,
just the
Saffron
city.
and Celadon are the 2 big ones.
Perry doesn't remember
Okay.
the city.
Well, the
he just
big
remembers
city-
handing over that icy
I
cold
just remember
beverage.
this. Yeah, the cool thing is though, you can pick whatever, like you can get him different things from the vending machine, Like, I remember that. I just remember I love that idea. Like, you can get on like a water or like a lemonade, I think, or like there's like a soda or something like that. And I don't know. That just always made me thirsty. So I'm thirsty right now.
That's why you gotta stay hydrated.
And I just always thought that was great.
Gatorade.
I just love the idea that's like, okay, you can pass now. You've given me a beverage.
Yeah, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. You know.
Exactly.
Alex, who you want to go or me?
I can go. I think mine's cheating. But
defeating the
catching Mewtwo.
Yeah.
With my Master Ball.
What is it?
So my favorite moment in the Pokemon games is when you go to Viridian. I think it's Viridian. It's the one with Giovanni. You talk to that old man. It's at the very front of the game. Mm-hmm. He shows you how to catch a Pokemon. Then you go to Cinnabar Island.
Yeah.
Ride your Lapras or
up and down the
right
coast.
along the edge.
Up and down. And you find either Missing No or a level 139 Mewtwo.
Yes.
Or an M.
Or your game blows up.
Or your game collapses. Or you fight a trainer that's named like TM64.
Yes. Now,
It's just the magic of the Missing No glitch and
It's
all
just
that
great,
it
right?
entails.
I've got it
now
written
I
down.
imagine the first one.
Missing No.
The first one that figured that out, the first person. What am I doing? And then he calls his friend, and he's like, "Okay, just write down everything you
How
did
do we
before that
recreate
came up."
this? Yeah. Yeah, because I remember.
I guess I talked to the guy.
For me, like I said, that was up there. I've got a couple of like I like the Pokemon Towers, super cool and stuff, and like getting on the SSN.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole like
Yeah.
ethos around the Missing No, you know, like oh my, like,
Yeah,
and for
right.
me, I got this like the first time I remember playing this, I was in second grade. My friend had it, and I didn't have a Game Boy or anything, and I was like, I need Pokemon, like I need it.
Yes.
And then like my mom, God bless her, you know, she got me a Game Boy Pocket and both versions for Christmas, and I just like because she didn't know, she's like I don't know what the difference is, so she just got me both of them. Which worked out really, yeah.
And therein lies the genius of why they did that.
Absolutely.
Why release one game when you can release two?
When you can trick Chris into getting two. But yeah, I remember. So like, I was probably in third grade by the time like I was like full swing of things, you know. And yeah, I just like the whole everyone like talking about it, you know, and like you got to do this and you got to do that.
It's
but
awesome.
you got to be careful
Yeah.
because it, like you can't save after, like you can't catch them and then save it. It messes things up. But then there was the rare candy trick, you know, and it was like if you put whatever item is in slot this and you do the missing number, it will give you 99 of those things. So then it was like,
oh, I love it.
Like I can level up. I got a rare candy. Like now all my guys are going to be super
so
strong.
It's so good.
Oh.
And then if you go even further, there's M, which is like the extra evil version of Missing No. And then you give it Fly, and then you raise it to like level 2. And then you have a Kangaskhan that knows Fly because it evolves into Kangaskhan. And then you put that into Pokemon Stadium, and then you see Kangaskhan fly into the air.
Are you serious?
That's a thing
That
you
is-
can do.
That is amazing.
That is so good.
That is so cool. Yeah, wow.
I don't think you
just blew
can.
my
I don't
mind.
think you can bring the glitch Pokemon into the game. Like it might like turn into. It might be like a substitute doll or
What?
something.
Yeah. What happens when you play with Missing No?
Sometimes
Doesn't it show up as like a? What
I
does it
forget
show
exactly.
up as? I
I
can't
don't know
remember.
if
Like a Nidoran or something.
like I've.
Like it looks like it. What does it look like from the back?
it looks like it's a big like TV static screen, but shaped
I know, but like
two
it doesn't it look like a
rectangles.
Pokemon when you play with it, like from the back.
Yeah, no, it totally has a back sprite.
But do you remember what it was?
It's just. It looks like a
can't remember
QR card.
Cubone.
I just
Cubone?
googled it.
From Marowak?
No, it looks like a QR code. You know those like boxes.
Oh, okay.
Like that's
Okay.
what I'm seeing here.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that might just be someone making like a whatever, but Yeah, I just remember
Gotcha.
the feeling.
Anyway.
Like I remember like being scared almost to battle it because it'd be like oh my god, my game might be ruined. Like I feel like I shouldn't be doing this. But then it was also like the excitement. You know, as like a little kid, you were like,
So good,
this
dude.
is crazy. Like I need to do this. You know, and like.
Oh, it's so good.
And I remember because I like back in the, I call it like I remember I completed the Pokedex like 150. I remember I was like super proud of that, you know. But then I was like, oh, I don't want to screw it up, you know. And then like,
how'd you get Mew?
I had the 150, and then my friend had a Game Shark or something, or Game Genie,
Gotcha.
or whatever it is, and they traded me one. But because that was the only
You know what
way.
my friend Casey would say?
What?
That's cheating.
But that was the only way you could get it in the original, right? Like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
Wasn't there something you could go to Toys R Us when it came out, and that's where like the only time they handed them out or something? Something like that, right?
When Mew was originally put into the game, it was kind of put into the game like a few weeks before the game went gold, or whatever you say about a finished
game
Game Boy game that finished development. Yeah, and there were ways, at least in Japan and maybe the US, to get it through special events. I know Japan, not sure about US. But the only way to obtain it without using a Game Shark is to either do one of those weird teleport glitches or through the missing no style of glitch.
So you had to cheat any
Crazy.
which way. Yeah,
That's stupid though, right?
Unless you're at like one event in 1999 where...
back in the old days.
Not
Yeah,
fair.
nowadays you
It's not
just
fair.
do like the world trade, and it's like, oh look, I got a Mew somehow. And meanwhile, someone's
Yeah,
like,
no.
score,
No, like, you just get
I
a
got
free
the
Mew.
Alolan Graveler, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You bought a $50 Pokeball accessory early,
Yeah.
and
Yes. There you go.
you get the rarest Pokemon
I'm so
ever.
glad I withheld the urge
It's
to
so
do that.
rare. You can literally buy it for $50.
Pay to win, baby.
I see what's going
to
on
win.
here. Anyway,
Pokemon Ranch did that too. And Pokemon Battle Revolution on Wii, you could get Surfing Pikachu, but it didn't look any different. It was just a Pikachu that knew surf.
that's
The
awesome.
ultimate get.
That's
you
so
know?
weird.
Yeah.
That's like a Kangas, like a Kangas Khan that can fly.
Yeah.
Kangas?
Well, this has been fun, and like I said, Pokemon. What a legendary game! Just childhood. It's fun. We all have our It's a game that people our age, all of us played. Especially boys.
I mean, for us, or at least for me, definitely, it was the first oh my god, it was the craze, it was the first because I guess growing up, Pogs were a craze at one point, and I remember playing with Pogs,
Yeah.
but I was too young to really know, I felt like this was
Yeah.
the first one, I was old enough to know what was going on, for the most part, and to be this is insane. This is something, and like I said, I remember it was just dumb chance that I hung out my one friend. And he was like, "You gotta try this game," and instantly was hooked.
That's how it was.
And then it was instantly I need this. And like I said, thank God my mom was cool enough to make it happen. And it was just to be
but then
you go to school and everyone's playing. You could trade, you could battle,
Yeah.
you could talk to anyone about it. It was definitely
Yeah.
really cool.
Well,
Yeah.
and then not only that, but then the TV show's on, and then the trading cards.
Yep,
I mean,
I was
they
into the
really
trading
had
cards, too.
Those big three things that I was into all of them. So they really
They
nailed
hook,
the whole
line,
thing.
and sinker. They
So-
got Pert. They got us all though. Like
Yep.
you said, they got everyone. It was.
got us all.
It was just like.
Uh-oh. Here they come. I knew
Woo!
it.
Look at those
I knew
giant
it.
cards.
Yeah, I got these giant
That's
cards.
amazing.
That's amazing.
Those are really cool, dude.
Did
so
you know
good.
these are tournament legal?
Are they really?
Really?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say, the surprise would be totally blown though. It's what cards are you gonna play?
Dude, there should be a missing no Pokemon card.
I bet you there are fan ones
Boosh.
made out there for sure. But yeah.
No, a real one. I want a real. He's bringing more stuff. Oh, just for audio
you-
listeners, Alex just brought out 11, 8.5 by 11 Pokemon
Bro,
cards.
could you shuffle
Yeah,
my
yeah.
deck for me?
Yeah. He has a deck with one of the huge cards in it.
Oh no! What cards are you
so-
gonna play? Oh, that's so funny.
So, keep showing stuff because
There
I
he
have
is.
to get something for our,
We got
last,
Dratini,
for our
baby.
last segment. So keep talking.
Got little Dratines.
It's a Dratini.
Do you
This one's a
Now,
Spearow.
when you
Yes?
played this game or collect it, did you actually play the game, or was it more just collecting the cards? Just collecting?
It was collecting the cards.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
that's like any card game I have ever gotten into, like Magic. You'd be like, you'd collect them and you make a cool deck, but like I never really actually played the game.
All right, so this is
Yeah.
a fun Pokemon themed episode, and we'll get to Alex. We'll get to your podcast after our last our very last segment here, which we all know is, and it's a lot better and very much enhanced. I have it. It's right now.
Yeah, but the live version
We
is
have
better.
the Craigslist Roundup. And it's a lot of fun. So, and it's also Pokemon themed. So what we have is I picked up. It's a great story too. I'll make it brief. But a guy was selling a DSi. It's a special DSi though.
Ooh.
It was a it's a Pokemon. I believe it's Pokemon White. And so if you can see that.
Yep.
This
Black
is the
and white.
Pokemon, white DSi, and there was a Pokemon Black one too. But it's really cool. It has a see that shine. See that?
Ooh, I
pretty
love that
cool,
they
right?
use the Game Freak font.
Dude,
for
that's
the,
sweet.
Yeah, isn't
for
that
the
cool?
game.
Isn't that cool?
Is there anything
Now,
on
I
the
don't
back?
have this DSi. Nope.
Lame.
So yeah. So and it doesn't have the stylus, but I already have a white DSi official stylus. So that's good. Looks good. It's funny because the thing about DSIs is you'll get them from Craigslist, and then there'll be someone's face, like, because they don't delete their photos when you open them. Anyway, but the screens are like in perfect
well, let's
condition.
see who the old owner was.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of
Is
scary.
he a silhouette?
But anyway,
Casey, is that
it's-
you?
It's like in perfect. Yeah. What this looks like Oddish's
Body type?
Body type.
Dude, that's creepy, man.
But I know.
Dude, that thing's possessed.
And
I
then it
think.
started like I opened it up and then it started talking to me. No, but
Oninaki.
so I got it and screens are perfect and great. And so the guys, and then it came with three other games. And one of them, there you go.
The goat.
Pets something 2.
What's
See.
the
Paws and
GameStop?
Claws Pampered Pets 2. I know.
What's the cost?
Someone,
what did they pay?
You gotta guess
someone
at the end.
paid $19.99 for this.
New. And you know what's even worse? Because the sticker's on the box, that means that was one of the ones where the GameStop employee had to take out a little Ziploc bag with
Yeah.
the game in it, put it in the show display case, and then hand it to someone who
You
paid
looking for the
$20
Pets game?
for it.
Just. Now,
And this is new.
Oh man,
Also,
Yeah.
here we go. We got Barbie, Groom, and Glam.
someone was a
Pups.
big THQ fan back in the day.
And then, most importantly, Pokemon Black 2. Perfect condition box.
Well, that right there, I mean,
And then,
probably worth a pretty penny in its own.
yeah, $25 easily profit off that. And then so I looked up this DSi.
Well, hold.
Good condition.
We gotta do our guess, don't we?
Off. Yeah, let's do our guess of
How much you paid?
Hold on, about how much
Yeah.
I paid. No, we're not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna tell you what it's worth first. So nothing.
So that
nothing,
means he
25.
paid, like, nothing
now, this
for it.
this DSi, off Amazon, cheapest one you can get, good condition, $130.
I believe it. Those special editions.
So, and this is in like fantastic condition.
I mean, everything looks to be in very
and,
good condition. The games
now-
too.
Yep. So, now before you guess how much I paid for it, well, it's kind of okay. How much do you think I paid for it? Let's put your guesses in for those 3, and it came with a charger.
$40.
75.
75.
It might be
Okay.
20 though.
So
I'm sticking 40.
remember that.
But I just want you to know, I'm thinking you might have gotten a steal here. I feel it.
Doesn't matter. You said 40. Okay. So he wanted 45 for it. Okay.
I'll give
So
you 5.
I said, yeah. No, I was like, okay, I'll take that. But then as I'm driving from a different like town over, he says, you know what? Like he texts me, he's like, hey, I actually turned it on and it's staying on for like 15 seconds and then it's turning off. And I don't know what's going on, but like I can like chop the price for you if you want. And I was like, ugh, I don't want to get a broken system. That's stupid. But I was like, I'll take it for $30 because it'll take like $20 to fix it.
or
you
if
know.
worst
I'll still
case,
make
you
a
could
profit of $500.
sell
And it's just
Pokemon Black 2 and like break even if it ends up being a dud.
Exactly. Exactly. So yeah. Okay. So we did that. So I got it for $30. So I got it for right. Took it home. I was like, let's just see it.
It's not charged.
Hopefully, it just needs to be charged or something. I turn it on. It does exactly what he said. I take his charger. I plug it in, and it's like, oh man, there's something really wrong with it because it's not even showing up as charging. Like the middle light isn't glowing.
Is the charger broken?
And so,
hopefully.
So, I was like, I wonder if the charger's broken. And that's the whole stem of the problem. Went and got mine, plugged it in, light came on. It works perfect. So I got a really amazing deal for $30.
Dude.
Nice.
Yeah. So I made like at least I made $100.
You didn't make $100 because we all know you're not selling either of those.
Yeah. Well,
you happily spent $30 and came out on top.
But we also got
we know there's no way Perry's selling that DSi ever.
Dude. You know what would be the best first game for your daughter? Pokemon Black version 2.
I was thinking one of the THQ games, man. Start her out right.
I was thinking, well, speaking of
you got all the Nintendo classics right there.
This game is like every single person has
What
this
does that
game,
say?
And that's Transformers Autobots. For the DS, every single Craigslist, every buy I get, they have that. So, the power of that.
Big
but anyway,
game, baby.
But yep, that'll do it for my Craigslist Roundup. All right. So, and that means that really means that it is the end of the show.
Good timing
Did you know
because
that?
the chicken gyro just walked through the door. Oh,
Did it
yeah,
really?
baby.
And you know what's annoying is I have the outro song, but it's not loaded. And there it is. Okay, I found
Jingling?
it. So
we
now
jingle jangling?
we are. So now it is official, and we have exactly like 2 minutes left.
Perfect.
So,
all right, Alex.
Perfect.
Where can all the fine folks find you?
You can find me at a podcast called Three Unprepared Men, which is available on SoundCloud, on iTunes, on Google Play. It's a podcast where me and two of my closest buddies goof around for about a half hour, all kinds of different topics. The most recent topic was I got a bunch of Pokemon cards in the mail, and then we did a live unwrapping of them on an audio-only podcast, so that's very exciting.
now were you doing that in celebration of this
Of
episode
150.
of Talk
He knew
Nintendo?
it was coming.
Yes.
Yes. So you can also find him if you just point up like this, you can find him at a little more other way. Keep going. Yeah, right there. No, up. Yeah, you can find him at Culafi this whole time. So yeah, and then of course you can find Case at Case_Jets, me at P Burkum. You can find the podcast. Of course, I didn't put our podcast one on the episode, but that's at Talk Nintendo Pod. That's Talk Nintendo
POD. And you know where you can also find
That's
us,
right.
Perry? Over on patreon.com/NWR. That is patreon.com/.
NWR.
That was a weird looking R, but I'll take it, my friend.
That's how you do R in sign language. So, you bigot.
Well, that just ain't right.
Anyway, I put like I put like a natural fade into the song, so it's literally fading out right now. So everyone wave goodbye. Goodbye. But the beauty of it is with this recording still,
But the music's gone.
they can't see you anymore, but they can only hear you.
I'm waving my hands like I just don't care. But on that note, we should stop because
Casey, your audio started
I'm
doing
hungry.
your audio started being all Yeah, well, kind of. Yeah, for a little while. Alex, do you have any last words for the stinger here at the end?
Sure. Tangle is the best Pokemon.
I forget that. Weeping Bell, and then...
No. Why would I know Arcanine's number?